Hello, welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we'll dive deep into the explosive drama surrounding Sonny Corinthos' penthouse and explore how the fallout will impact Port Charles. From life-threatening injuries to unsettling secrets, the twists and turns are endless. Let's unravel what's coming next. A chilling warning in Cyrus' deadly radar. Let's start with the haunting aftermath of Brad Cooper and Portia Robinson's confrontation with Cyrus Renault. Both characters find themselves added to Cyrus' radar after a tense series of events. Cyrus may be trying to sell his reformed man persona, but his menacing look as the elevator door closed was chilling, leaving no doubt that he's plotting his next move. Portia, who boldly banned Cyrus from the hospital, may have drawn a dangerous line in the sand. Meanwhile, Brad's fiery outburst served as a stark reminder of the ruthless murderer Cyrus used to be. With whispers of his dark past resurfacing, it's clear that Portia and Brad have painted targets on their backs. As we step into 2025, Cyrus' hit list is only growing, and the stakes are higher than ever. Could Portia's fears about Cyrus being the one behind the hospital's mysterious patient deaths finally lead to his exposure? Or will his cunning nature allow him to retaliate without leaving any trace of his involvement? The tension is palpable, and viewers are holding their breath to see how this dangerous game unfolds. Portia and Isaiah, a new alliance? Portia Robinson's conversation with Isaiah Gannon may become a turning point. In a preview clip for the week, Isaiah ominously warns Portia that someone is killing patients in the hospital. This revelation pushes Portia to confide in Isaiah, creating a potential alliance to uncover the truth behind the mysterious deaths. Could their discussion finally connect the dots and expose Cyrus as the puppet master behind the chaos? Portia, known for her dedication and resilience, is unlikely to back down, but partnering with Isaiah could give her the strength and resources to face the challenges ahead. Isaiah's expertise as a transplant surgeon might bring a fresh perspective, making this duo a formidable team against the hospital's lurking dangers. Brooklyn and Chase, a heartbreaking discovery. Meanwhile, Brooklyn Quartermain is grappling with a personal crisis. Fans know how deeply she yearns to start a family with Harrison Chase, but her latest news may shatter those dreams. Brooklyn's emotional journey toward motherhood has been fraught with challenges, and her fears might come to a head in this week's episodes. On the other hand, Chase finds himself confiding in Sasha Corbin. As Sasha navigates her own pregnancy, the juxtaposition between her situation and Brooklyn's struggles creates a poignant dynamic. Will Sasha's joy make Brooklyn feel even more isolated? Or could Sasha become a source of comfort and support, bridging the gap between their contrasting experiences? This storyline promises to delve into themes of resilience, hope, and the complexities of relationships under pressure. Brooklyn and Chase's journey may serve as a reminder that even in moments of despair, there's room for growth and connection. Nina's dilemma, a shocking interruption. Nina Reeves takes center stage as she's tasked with delivering bad news, a responsibility that might put her in an awkward and emotionally charged situation. Sonny Corinthos entrusts Nina to locate Willow Corinthos, who's currently in Washington, D.C., with Drew Quartermain. The timing couldn't be worse. Drew recently dropped the L word during a vulnerable moment, and Nina's interruption might catch them in a compromising position. How will Willow react upon hearing about Michael Corinthos' dire condition? Will this revelation pull her back to Port Charles, or will it deepen her emotional entanglement with Drew? Nina's role as the bearer of bad news adds layers to the unfolding drama, highlighting her evolving relationships with both Willow and Sonny. Her actions could significantly shape the narrative, setting the stage for conflicts and reconciliations alike. Michael's fiery fate, a turning point for Port Charles. The explosion at Sonny's penthouse serves as the catalyst for this week's drama, thrusting Michael Corinthos into a life-threatening situation. In a leaked preview clip, viewers were shocked to see Michael engulfed in flames, screaming for help. Jason Morgan's heroic instincts will likely save Michael, but the extent of his injuries leaves his future uncertain. Burns as severe as Michael's might necessitate long-term treatment at a specialized facility, offering a plausible exit storyline that leaves the door open for his return. Alternatively, the writers could take a more permanent approach, though killing off another one of Sonny's children seems unlikely. This tragedy forces Sonny and Carly Spencer to confront their worst fears. Having already lost Morgan Corinthos in an explosion, the possibility of losing Michael brings a wave of grief and guilt. The penthouse explosion becomes a pivotal moment, reshaping relationships and priorities for everyone involved. Josslyn's quest for justice, a fierce determination. While the explosion's aftermath unfolds, Josslyn Jax channels her grief into action. Her discovery, likely tied to Dex Heller's death, fuels her desire to hold the responsible party accountable. Trina Robinson offers a sympathetic ear, but Josslyn's fiery resolve suggests she won't back down, even if it means stepping into dangerous territory. Could Josslyn's quest for justice push her closer to the mob world she once despised? Her determination to fight injustice, combined with her personal loss, might ignite a transformation that positions her as a key player in Port Charles's power dynamics. The idea of Josslyn stepping into Sonny's shoes, albeit reluctantly, adds an intriguing layer to her character's arc. As General Hospital's week of January 6 to 10 unfolds, the stakes have never been higher. From Michael's fiery ordeal to Portia and Isaiah's investigation, every storyline promises intense drama and emotional depth. The explosion at Sonny's penthouse serves as the catalyst, but the ripple effects touch every corner of Port Charles. With lives hanging in the balance, secrets unraveling, and relationships tested, this week's episodes are a must-watch. The characters' resilience and determination in the face of adversity remind us why General Hospital remains a beloved staple of daytime television. Next, we'll explore some thrilling developments unfolding in Port Charles, including fiery confrontations, secret alliances, and unforeseen twists that promise to shake up the lives of your favorite characters. Buckle up for the drama ahead. A grand arrival at Windermere. Spoon Island became the centerpiece of Intrigue this week as Lucy Coe pulled out all the stops to welcome the enigmatic Jenz Sidwell to his new home. As the door creaked open, Jen's impeccably tailored suit was a stark contrast to the rustic charm of Windermere. Lucy, with her trademark effervescence, greeted him warmly, a dazzling smile lighting up the shadowy halls. "You're as charming in person as you sounded over the phone," Jenz remarked, his tone smooth and polished. Lucy, always one to seize an opportunity, launched into a grand tour, her enthusiasm palpable. She presented him with a carefully curated gift basket brimming with local delicacies, a bottle of the finest champagne, and, most notably, her famed Port Charles guidebook. "With this," she declared, "you'll know everything worth knowing about this town and its colorful residents." Jenz, however, revealed a reserved side. "I doubt I'll have time for socializing," he admitted, hinting at a demanding agenda. Lucy, ever resourceful, countered with an offer to connect him with the town's elite, making it clear that no one integrates a newcomer like she does. As the two shared a champagne toast under the dim glow of candlelight, it was evident that Jen's arrival marked the start of something monumental. But what secrets did this suave stranger bring with him, and how will his presence reshape the delicate balance of power in Port Charles? Portia and Lucas, a tense hospital exchange. Back at General Hospital, emotions ran high as Lucas Jones confronted Portia Robinson. His voice, tinged with disbelief, cut through the sterile air of the hospital corridor. "Tell me it's not true," he demanded. "Liz has been suspended?" Portia, her expression heavy with the weight of responsibility, confirmed the rumors, explaining that the decision was a necessary precaution amid ongoing investigations. Lucas, ever the loyal friend, sprang to Liz's defense. "She would never harm a patient," he insisted, his frustration palpable. Portia, sharing his sentiment, clarified that the suspension was not an indictment of Liz's character but rather a measure to protect both her and the hospital from premature blame. "This is about giving her a fair chance," she explained, though her words did little to ease Lucas' concerns. Their heated exchange underscored the tense atmosphere gripping the hospital, where every decision carried far-reaching consequences. Portia, already burdened by the shadow of Cyrus Renault's ominous presence, found herself navigating an increasingly treacherous landscape. Would Liz's suspension prove to be a temporary setback, or was it the first domino to fall in a much larger crisis? Brad's explosive confrontation with Cyrus. Tensions boiled over when Brad Cooper crossed paths with Cyrus Renault in the hospital lobby. Cyrus, who had been engaged in a cryptic conversation with Isaiah Gannon, barely had time to register Brad's arrival before the latter launched into a fiery tirade. "You're a monster," Brad spat, his voice echoing through the corridor. "You deserve to rot in prison for what you've done." Cyrus, ever the master of composed menace, met Brad's fury with an unsettling calm. "We all have our sins," he replied, his tone laced with insinuation. Brad, undeterred, recounted the chilling details of Cyrus' attempt to overdose Britt with his street drugs, his voice trembling with a mix of anger and pain. The exchange drew the attention of onlookers, who watched as Cyrus' carefully constructed facade began to crack under Brad's relentless accusations. Isaiah, caught in the middle of the confrontation, struggled to reconcile Cyrus' proclamations of redemption with the chilling allegations laid bare before him. "You may talk about God's work," Brad concluded, "but everyone here knows exactly who you are." Cyrus' expression hardened as the elevator doors closed behind him, leaving an ominous sense of unfinished business in his wake. Cyrus and Isaiah, a meeting of contrasts. Earlier, Cyrus had approached Isaiah Gannon with what appeared to be an olive branch, though his words carried a darker undertone. "How does it feel to play God?" he asked, his question cutting through the pleasantries like a blade. Isaiah, unshaken, responded with a quiet dignity, reminding Cyrus that surgeons are healers, not deities. Cyrus, however, was not easily dissuaded. He alluded to Jordan Ashford's negative influence on Isaiah's perception of him, painting himself as a man misunderstood. "I was a horrible man once," Cyrus admitted, his voice tinged with what might have been regret. "But I've changed. We're both doing God's work now." The conversation, though civil on the surface, was charged with unspoken tension. Isaiah remained wary, sensing that Cyrus' words were as much a manipulation as they were a plea for understanding. Their interaction highlighted the stark contrast between Cyrus' self-proclaimed redemption and the deep mistrust he continues to inspire. The fallout, Port Charles in turmoil. As the week's events unfolded, the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and moral dilemmas in Port Charles grew ever more tangled. From Lucy's calculated charm offensive at Windermere to the heated confrontations at General Hospital, every moment hinted at larger shifts on the horizon. Cyrus' attempts to reinvent himself continued to sow discord, his every move scrutinized by a community still reeling from his past transgressions. Brad's fiery confrontation served as a stark reminder of the scars left in Cyrus' wake, while Portia's difficult decisions underscored the complex pressures facing those tasked with upholding justice and healing in a fractured environment. Meanwhile, Jenz Sidwell's arrival at Windermere introduced a new layer of intrigue. His enigmatic presence, coupled with Lucy's efforts to integrate him into the town's elite circles, suggested that his influence would soon ripple across Port Charles. What secrets does he harbor, and how will his story intertwine with the lives of those around him? Next, we'll dive into the unfolding drama in Port Charles, where emotional confrontations, deep-rooted vengeance, and shocking revelations dominate the scene. From Lucas' heartfelt attempts to mediate to Josslyn's relentless pursuit of justice, this week is packed with twists you won't want to miss. Let's explore the layers of intrigue together. The Charlotte connection, Brennan's bold gamble. In the labyrinth of power plays and covert operations, Jack Brennan's office becomes the epicenter of strategic maneuvering. His sharp tone cuts through the room as he demands satellite footage from the fateful day Dex Heller met his tragic end. Colette, visibly tense, enters to offer her apologies for the earlier misstep. Brennan, however, is far from forgiving. "You were supposed to tail Valentine, not shoot at him," he admonishes, his voice dripping with disappointment. Colette tries to justify her actions, recounting the moment of panic when Dante arrived on the scene. "I thought the local police would complicate things. If Valentine got arrested, it could jeopardize everything," she explains, though her words seem to do little to placate Brennan's growing frustration. His response is sharp, a reminder of their power dynamic: "You don't question my orders. I'm your supervisor, not the other way around." Despite the tension, Brennan's mind is already racing ahead. With Charlotte still at Valentine's side, he sees her as the key to their next move. No teenager can resist technology, he notes with a smirk, hinting at a plan to exploit her connection to Valentine. It's a dangerous game, but Brennan thrives on calculated risks. His belief in Charlotte's digital footprint as a breadcrumb trail to Valentine sets the stage for a high-stakes pursuit. Josslyn's pain and discovery, a quest for justice. In the shadowy confines of Dex's apartment, Josslyn Jax works tirelessly, her grief evident in every motion. Trina Robinson, ever the supportive friend, urges her to take a break. "We can finish this tomorrow," Trina suggests gently. But Josslyn's determination burns brighter than her exhaustion. "Delaying this won't make it any easier," she replies, her voice heavy with sorrow. The emotional weight of packing Dex's belongings becomes almost unbearable, but Josslyn finds strength in her anger. "The monster who took Dex away has to pay," she declares, her voice trembling with conviction. Trina, attempting to ground her friend, reminds her that justice won't fill the void left behind. "Even if you find out who did it, it won't bring Dex back," Trina says softly. But Josslyn is resolute, her need for answers consuming her every thought. As the night deepens, Josslyn uncovers a startling find: a gun tucked away in one of Dex's drawers. The cold metal feels like a physical manifestation of her boiling rage. Trina, already downstairs with the packed belongings, is unaware of the discovery. Alone in the dimly lit room, Josslyn clutches the weapon, her thoughts racing. Could this gun be a clue to unraveling Dex's murder, or is it a symbol of something more sinister to come? Lucas and Brad, a battle of ideals. Meanwhile, at General Hospital, Lucas Jones finds himself playing the role of peacemaker as Brad Cooper's anger boils over. Brad's frustration is palpable as he confronts his own moral dilemmas. "You think I'm a hypocrite, don't you?" he asks, his voice sharp with self-recrimination. "I've been asking everyone for a second chance, but here I am refusing to give Cyrus Renault the same." Lucas, calm yet firm, pushes back. "You and Cyrus are not the same," he asserts. "You're a good man who's made bad decisions. Cyrus is a drug-dealing murderer." His words strike a chord, but Brad's turmoil doesn't ease. The juxtaposition of his own quest for redemption and his refusal to forgive Cyrus gnaws at him. The conversation, layered with emotional complexity, highlights the struggles of self-perception and moral accountability. As Brad wrestles with his inner conflict, Lucas' unwavering support serves as a reminder of the strength found in true friendship. But can Brad reconcile his actions with his beliefs, or will his unresolved guilt push him toward a darker path? Isaiah and Cyrus, a dangerous encounter. Not far away, Cyrus Renault approaches Isaiah Gannon with a disarming blend of charm and menace. "How does it feel to play God?" Cyrus asks, his tone deceptively casual. Isaiah, unflinching, meets the question head-on. "A surgeon's job is to heal, not to wield divine power," he replies, his voice steady despite the tension crackling between them. Cyrus, ever the manipulator, weaves a tale of redemption, painting himself as a changed man. "I was a monster once," he admits, his words laden with calculated vulnerability. But I've turned my life around. We're both doing God's work now. Isaiah's skepticism is evident, his instincts warning him against Cyrus' too polished narrative. Their exchange, fraught with unspoken threats and hidden agendas, underscores the thin line between redemption and deceit. Cyrus' attempts to rewrite his story clash with Isaiah's commitment to integrity, setting the stage for a potential showdown. As the elevator doors close behind Cyrus, the chilling look on his face leaves no doubt this is a man still driven by dark motives. Unraveling threads, Port Charles on edge. As the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, the interconnected lives of Port Charles's residents become ever more tangled. From Brennan's machinations at Windermere to Josslyn's relentless pursuit of justice, every moment teeters on the edge of revelation and chaos. Lucy Coe's efforts to integrate Jenz Sidwell into the social fabric of Port Charles hint at larger schemes yet to unfold. Brad's inner turmoil and Luca's steadfast support reveal the enduring complexities of redemption and forgiveness. Meanwhile, Cyrus' ominous presence looms large, his every move calculated to manipulate and control. Through it all, the search for truth and justice drives the characters forward, their paths converging in unexpected ways. Will Josslyn's discovery lead to a breakthrough in Dex's case, or will it draw her further into danger? Can Brad find peace within himself, or will his unresolved guilt consume him? And what role will Charlotte play in Brennan's plans as the stakes continue to rise? Thank you for tuning in to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. What are your thoughts on this week's explosive developments? Share your predictions in the comments, and stay with us for more updates on the drama in Port Charles.